Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we are going to talk about IELTS, one of the most important English tests in the world.
Yes, many people need IELTS for studying abroad, for work, or for migration. In this episode, we will share useful tips and real experiences about preparing for IELTS.
Together, we will cover all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking, as well as time management, motivation, and what the real exam feels like.
Our goal is to help you prepare with confidence using simple and clear English that is easy to follow. Let's get started. First, let's ask, why IELTS? IELTS is an international English test. Many people need it for study abroad, for work, or for migration.
Yes, and the score is very important. Sometimes it feels stressful. But remember, IELTS is not only about the test. Preparing for IELTS is also a journey to improve your English skills.
Exactly. When you prepare step by step, you will see progress, not only in the exam, but also in your real communication.
Let's start with listening. Many learners say listening is very difficult because native speakers talk fast.
In IELTS listening, you listen to conversations and monologues. There are 4 sections, and the audio is played only once.
So, how can we prepare? One important tip is to practice active listening every day. Active listening means you do not just hear the sound, but you also focus and understand.
For example, listen to a podcast, a short news report, or a video in English. Try to catch the main idea, then listen again and try to catch details. Write down keywords. This is similar to the IELTS test.
Another tip is to get used to different accents. IELTS uses British, Australian, American, and sometimes Canadian accents.
Yes, so don't only listen to one accent. Watch British TV shows, listen to Australian radio, or international podcasts. At first, it may feel hard, but step by step, your ear will adjust.
In the test, you also need to use the short time before each section wisely. Look at the questions quickly, underline key words, and predict what kind of information you need.
If the question asks for a date, listen for numbers. If it asks about a place, listen for locations. And remember, spelling mistakes can cost marks. Always double check.
Now let's move to reading. In IELTS reading, you have 3 texts and 60 minutes to answer 40 questions. The passages are usually from newspapers, magazines, or academic journals.
Yes, and many people feel tired because the passages are long. But with good strategies, you can do it. The first skill is skimming. Skimming means reading quickly to find the main idea.
You don't need to understand every word. Practice by reading an article and giving yourself 2 minutes to find the topic and main idea.
The second skill is scanning. Scanning means looking quickly for specific information, like a number or a name. This is very useful for factual questions.
Vocabulary is also important, but don't panic if you see a difficult word. Often you can guess the meaning from the context.
Yes, you don't need to understand every word. Remember, the test is about finding information, not about knowing all vocabulary.
And time management is critical. Spend about 20 minutes on each passage. If one question feels too hard, skip it and come back later.
Good point. Practice with different question types, multiple choice, true if false not given, matching headings, and others. The more you practice, the faster and more confident you will become.
Writing is often the hardest skill. In the exam, there are 2 tasks. Task 1 is usually a graph, chart, or diagram for the academic test, or a letter for the general test. Task 2 is an essay.
For Task 1, you need an introduction, an overview, and details. The overview is very important. It shows you can see the big picture.
For Task 2, the structure is simple. Introduction, 2 or 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Clear and simple is better than complicated.
Yes, many students try to use very complex grammar, but make mistakes. It is better to use simple sentences correctly.
Vocabulary is also important. Try not to repeat the same word. Learn synonyms. For example, instead of always using good, you can use beneficial, positive, or useful.
Time management is also important. Spend 20 minutes on Task 1 and 40 minutes on Task 2. Remember, Task 2 is worth more points.
And practice writing short essays every day. Even 1 paragraph a day will help you build skills step by step.
Speaking is the most natural part of IELTS. It is like a conversation with the examiner. There are 3 parts. Part 1 is simple questions about yourself. Part 2 is a long turn with a cue card. Part 3 is a discussion.
The most important thing is fluency. Fluency does not mean speaking fast. It means speaking smoothly, with natural pauses.
Don't worry too much about mistakes. If you make a mistake, correct yourself and continue. The examiner wants to see if you can communicate.
For Part 1, the questions are simple. Prepare short answers about your daily life, family, hobbies, work, and study. But don't memorize long answers.
For Part 2, you get 1 minute to prepare. Write down keywords, not full sentences, then speak for 2 minutes. If you run out of ideas, give examples or tell a short story.
For Part 3, the questions are abstract. You need to give opinions, reasons, and examples. Practice with a friend or record yourself.
Pronunciation is important too. You don't need a British or American accent, but you need to be clear. Practice stress and intonation.
Time management is a big challenge in IELTS. Each skill has limited time, so practice under exam conditions.
For listening, practice listening only once. For reading, answer 40 questions in 60 minutes. For writing, finish both tasks in 60 minutes. For speaking, practice speaking for 2 minutes.
Also, make a study plan. Don't only focus on one skill. Balance your time. For example, Monday can be listening and reading, Tuesday writing, Wednesday speaking.
Yes, consistency is better than studying too much in one day and then doing nothing for a week.
Preparing for IELTS can feel stressful. Sometimes you feel tired or frustrated.
But remember, you are not alone. Many people feel the same. The key is to stay motivated. Set small goals every day.
For example, finish 1 listening practice today. Write 1 essay tomorrow. Celebrate small progress.
And don't compare yourself too much with others. Everyone has a different starting point. Focus on your own journey.
Before the exam, rest well. Sleep early the night before. Eat healthy food. On the exam day, stay calm. Even if one section is hard, don't panic.
What is it like in the real exam? When you arrive at the test center, you show your ID and register. The staff guides you to the exam room.
For listening, reading, and writing, you sit with other candidates. Instructions will be clear. Follow the rules. Remember, the audio plays only once.
After that, sometimes on the same day or another day, you will have the speaking test. You enter a room with the examiner.
The examiner is usually friendly but serious. Don't be afraid. Think of it as a normal conversation. Smile, relax, and speak clearly.
Many students feel nervous, but remember, the examiner is not your enemy. They just want to evaluate your English.
So, to summarize, IELTS is a test of 4 skills. To succeed, you need practice, time management, and motivation.
For listening, practice active listening and different accents. For reading, learn skimming, scanning, and time management. For writing, focus on structure and clarity. For speaking, focus on fluency and confidence.
Take care of your motivation and health. And remember, IELTS is not the end. It is just one step in your journey of learning English.
Thank you for listening to this long podcast. We hope these tips help you in your IELTS journey.
Keep practicing, stay positive, and believe in yourself.
Good luck with your exam.